Historic figures everyone should know. By history as biography.
Moses was a Hebrew prophet, leader, and lawgiver who lived in the 13th century BCE. He is considered the most important prophet in Judaism and one of the most important prophets in Christianity, Islam, and other Abrahamic religions. He is also known as Moshe, Musa, or Moise in different languages and traditions. He was born in Egypt, where his people, the Israelites, were enslaved by the Pharaoh. He was saved from death by the Pharaoh's daughter, who adopted him as her son. He grew up in the royal palace, but he never forgot his true identity and destiny. Moses fled from Egypt after killing an Egyptian taskmaster who was beating a Hebrew slave. He settled in Midian, where he married Zipporah, the daughter of a priest named Jethro. He became a shepherd and tended his father-in-law's flocks. One day, he encountered God in a burning bush on Mount Horeb. God called him to return to Egypt and deliver his people from bondage. God also revealed his name to Moses as YHWH, or Yahweh, meaning I am who I am. Moses obeyed God's command and went back to Egypt with his brother Aaron. He confronted Pharaoh and demanded that he let the Israelites go. Pharaoh refused and hardened his heart. God sent 10 plagues upon Egypt to punish Pharaoh and persuade him to release the Israelites. The plagues included blood, frogs, lice, flies, livestock disease, boils, hail, locusts, darkness, and death of the firstborn. The last plague was the most devastating and decisive. God instructed Moses to tell the Israelites to slaughter a lamb and smear its blood on their doorposts. This would protect them from the angel of death who would pass over their houses and kill the firstborn of the Egyptians. This event is known as the Passover and is celebrated by Jews every year. Pharaoh finally agreed to let the Israelites go after the death of his own son. Moses led them out of Egypt in a great exodus. However, Pharaoh changed his mind and pursued them with his army. Moses reached the Red Sea with the Israelites and found themselves trapped between the water and the Egyptians. God told Moses to stretch out his staff over the sea and divide it. Moses did so, and the sea parted, creating a dry path for the Israelites to cross. The Egyptians followed them into the sea, but God caused the water to return and drown them. Moses led the Israelites to Mount Sinai, where God gave him the 10 Commandments and other laws on 2 stone tablets. These laws formed the basis of the covenant between God and Israel. They also established the moral, religious, and social norms for the Israelites. Moses also built a portable sanctuary called the Tabernacle, where God dwelled among his people. Moses spent 40 years wandering in the wilderness with the Israelites. He faced many challenges and difficulties from both external enemies and internal rebellions. He also performed many miracles and signs by God's power, such as providing water from a rock, manna from heaven, quails from the sky, and victory over Amalek. He also mediated between God and the people, interceding for them when they sinned or complained. Moses died on Mount Nebo at the age of 120 before entering the promised land of Canaan. He was buried by God in an unknown location. He was succeeded by Joshua as the leader of Israel. He was remembered as a great prophet who spoke with God face to face, a faithful servant who obeyed God's will, a humble man who was meek above all others, and a deliverer who liberated his people from slavery.